The deer had eyes everywhere, not just where eyes should be, dozens of them covering its body like tumors blinking independently across its hide. And I recognized those eyes. They belonged to my missing brother, Connor. He disappeared in these woods 7 years ago. Now he's watching me from that thing's body, and I think he wants me to join him. My name is Nina, and I made the worst mistake of my life coming back to Blackwood Forest. But I had to know what happened to Connor. The police gave up years ago. My parents stopped searching. Everyone said he probably fell in a ravine or got attacked by a bear. But I knew my brother. Connor was an experienced hiker. He wouldn't just vanish. So 3 days ago, I drove 8 hours to the last place he was seen, the northern trailhead of Blackwood Forest. I planned to hike his exact route, retrace his steps, maybe find something everyone else missed. Day 1 was normal. I set up camp near Widow Creek, just like Connor had according to his journal we found in his abandoned car. The forest was quiet. Too quiet, actually. No birds, no insects, just wind through the pines and the creek babbling over rocks. I ate dinner as the sun set, crawled into my tent around 9, fell asleep reading Connor's journal by flashlight, trying to understand his last days. Around midnight, something woke me. A sound outside my tent. Footsteps, but wrong. Too many legs, moving in a circle around my campsite. I grabbed my flashlight and unzipped the tent flap just an inch. That's when I saw it. A deer stood 20 feet away at the edge of my campfire light. But it wasn't a normal deer. Its body was covered in eyes. Human eyes. They covered its flank, its neck, even its legs. Dozens of them, maybe hundreds, all blinking at different times, creating this horrifying rippling effect across its skin. I bit my tongue to keep from screaming. The deer didn't move. It just stood there, watching me with all those eyes. I could see them focusing on my tent, on me. Then it walked away. Not like a deer, like something pretending to be a deer. Its legs moved stiffly, mechanically. It disappeared into the trees. I didn't sleep the rest of that night. When dawn came, I almost packed up and left. Almost. But then I remembered why I came here. For Connor. I had to keep going. Day 2, I hiked deeper into the forest, following Connor's route. I found his second campsite marked in his journal. There was still evidence of his fire pit, some torn fabric from his tent caught on a branch. I set up camp in the same spot. Maybe not smart, but I was desperate for answers. As the sun set, I built a fire, made dinner, tried to ignore the feeling of being watched. The deer appeared at dusk. Closer this time, maybe 15 feet from my fire. And in the firelight, I could see the eyes more clearly. They weren't just eyes. They were specific eyes. I recognized the pattern of blood vessels in one, the unusual green color of another. These were eyes from real people. The deer tilted its head, studying me. Then it did something that made my blood freeze. It opened its mouth and whispered, not in a deer voice, in multiple human voices speaking at once. Nina. It knew my name. I grabbed a burning branch from the fire and waved it at the creature. It stepped back but didn't run. It just watched with all those blinking eyes. Then it turned and walked into the forest. I sat by my fire until dawn, holding that branch like a weapon. When the sun rose, I made a decision. I was going home. This was insane. Whatever happened to Connor, I wasn't going to find answers here. I was just going to end up like him. I started packing my tent. That's when I saw them. Footprints in the dirt around my campsite. Human footprints. Bare feet. They circled my tent dozens of times. But I hadn't heard anything during the night except that deer. I followed the footprints into the trees. They led me about 50 yards to a small clearing. In the center of the clearing was a pile of personal items. Watches, wallets, hiking boots, cell phones, driver licenses, all arranged in a neat mound like an offering. I knelt down, hands shaking, and started going through them. Each item belonged to a different person, different names on the licenses, men and women ranging from teenagers to elderly. All reported missing from Blackwood Forest over the past 20 years. Then I found it, Connor's wallet, his driver license with his smiling face, his college ID, a photo of our family from 5 years before he disappeared. I clutched it to my chest and sobbed. He was really gone. Whatever happened here really took him. That's when I heard the voice behind me. Nina turned around. It was Connor's voice. Exactly how I remembered it. That slight rasp he got from smoking in college. The way he always sounded like he was about to laugh. I turned slowly. The deer stood at the edge of the clearing, and I could finally see the eyes clearly in the morning light. On its left flank near the shoulder was a pair of hazel eyes. Connor's eyes. I would recognize them anywhere. Same gold flecks, same shape. They were staring directly at me, and they were crying. "Nina, please, the deer," whispered in Connor's voice. "You have to run. It's going to take you too. Go now." But it wasn't just Connor's voice anymore. Other voices joined in. Old and young, male and female, all speaking at once. "Run while you can. It's coming. Save yourself." The deer stepped closer. Its body shuddered, and more eyes opened across its hide. Fresh eyes, wet and newly formed. They blinked and focused on me. I stumbled backward, dropping Connor's wallet. The deer kept advancing. Its mouth opened wider than any deer's mouth should, revealing rows of human teeth. "Join us, Nina. We are forever. We are watching. We are the woods." I ran. Crashed through the forest, not caring about the trail. Branches whipped my face. Roots tried to trip me. Behind me, I could hear it. The deer, running on too many legs, getting closer. The voices called out, "Stop running, Nina! Let it happen. It doesn't hurt for long." I burst out of the trees onto a logging road. My car was parked a quarter-mile down. I could see it. I sprinted harder than I ever had in my life. Behind me, the deer emerged from the forest. But on the open road in daylight, it looked wrong. Unnatural. Like a bad special effect. Like something that shouldn't exist in the real world. I reached my car, fumbled with my keys, dropped them, grabbed them, unlocked the door. The deer was 50 feet away. I jumped in, started the engine. The deer was 20 feet away. I could see all those eyes, could see Connor's hazel eyes among them, watching me with an expression of relief and sadness. "Go," the voices whispered. "Tell them. Warn them." I slammed the car into drive and floored it. In my rearview mirror, I watched the deer stand in the middle of the road, watching me leave with 100 human eyes. Then it turned and walked back into the forest. That was 3 days ago. I drove straight to the police, told them everything. They listened politely, took notes, said they would send a team to investigate. But I know they won't find anything. The forest protects its secrets. Last night I developed the photos from my trip. I had taken pictures of the clearing, of the pile of belongings, of the footprints. In every single photo, there's something in the background, barely visible among the trees. The deer, watching me. And in the clearest photo, I can count the eyes. 73. I looked up the missing persons reports for Blackwood Forest over the past 20 years. 72 people have disappeared, which means there's room for one more. This morning I woke up and my legs hurt, like growing pains. I rolled up my pajama pants to check. There on my left calf was a single eye. Human eye. Blinking, watching me. It has my brother's hazel color, those same gold flecks. And I can feel it, a pull, a hunger, a need to go back to Blackwood Forest. The deer is calling me. I can hear it in my dreams. Connor's voice mixed with all the others. Come back, Nina. We miss you. The forest is patient. The forest is eternal. You belong here with us. I tried to ignore it, tried to cover the eye with bandages and long pants. But every morning there's another one. On my arm, behind my ear, on my ribs. They're spreading. And the worst part is I can feel them seeing, can feel them perceiving the world around me, can feel Connor in there among all those eyes. He's not suffering anymore. None of them are. I'm recording this at 3 a.m. because I know what's happening to me. By tomorrow, I'll have too many eyes to hide. By next week, I'll stop trying to hide them. By next month, I won't remember why I ever wanted to hide. And eventually, I'll walk back into Blackwood Forest on legs that don't move right. I'll stand at the edge of someone's campsite. I'll whisper warnings in voices that aren't mine. I'll be beautiful and horrible, and everything those people fear. I'll be part of the forest. Connor says it's not so bad, that the hunger fades, that after a while you stop seeing individual humans and start seeing them as part of something larger, something ancient, something that's been in Blackwood Forest longer than trees, longer than mountains, something that watches and waits and collects. If you're listening to this and you've ever hiked in Blackwood Forest, if you've ever gotten lost out there, if you've ever felt watched by something that shouldn't exist, check your body. Look for new eyes in places eyes shouldn't be. Because once you see them, once you really see them, the forest will know you know, and it will come for you. Thanks for watching. I hope you consider subscribing for weekly videos.